Today we're going to be diving into the Ottawa housing market.
Yes.
Specifically, looking at November 2024.
November 2024.
Using the latest report from the Ottawa Real Estate Board.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know what's going on in this market. And you know what? It's kind of interesting right now.
It is.
Because prices are actually going up.
Mm-hmm.
But fewer homes are selling.
Yeah. It seems a bit counterintuitive, right?
It does. It's a bit of a puzzle.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to figure that out.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, sales are down from October.
Okay.
However, they are still up.
Yeah.
Year over year.
Significantly.
What do you think that means?
Well, I think it kind of suggests a market that's in transition.
Okay.
We saw, kind of a slowdown, I guess, in 2023. And so we're kind of seeing this recovery.
Yeah.
That's happening. But, buyers are still being really cautious because, interest rates are still kind of up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen there. And there are new mortgage rules coming in December.
Right.
So it makes sense that people are being a little bit more cautious right now.
Yeah, if I was thinking about buying, I would definitely be
exactly
paying attention.
You have to.
So even with all of this, prices are still up 4.6% year over year.
Yeah, it's a pretty healthy jump.
That brings us to an average sale price of $667,098.
It does. But, I think we need to remember that is an average, and we got to break it down by property type.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. So let's do that.
Okay.
What are we seeing for the different types of homes?
So for single-family homes, those detached homes that everyone loves, they saw a decent jump, 2.1%.
Okay.
Townhouses, they kind of inched up just a tiny bit, 0.3%, almost flatlining.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting. Apartments actually took a dip, down 3.7%.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's like detached homes and townhouses are still super hot,
Yeah.
but the condo market is cooling off.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Why do you think that is?
Well, it could be a few things. Maybe people are looking for more space after, being cooped up during the pandemic years. So
Sure.
They're shifting away from condos and more towards detached homes. It could also be that there's just more supply in the condo market right now, which would, obviously push prices down.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this inventory puzzle.
Okay.
We have more properties listed this year overall. It's up 38.2% compared to last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That brings the number to 4,036 active listings. But new listings are down 7.3% year over year.
So that's interesting.
More listings overall, but fewer new listings.
Yeah, it's like those two things don't go together.
They seem contradictory.
Yes. Do you have any insight as to why that might be? Well, I think, one possible explanation is that sellers are kind of holding back, They're seeing interest rates, they're seeing these new mortgage rules that are coming, and there's just a lot of uncertainty right now in the market.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just hesitant to jump in right now.
It's like a wait-and-see approach.
Exactly. Wait and see.
Especially because of these big announcements coming up. The Bank of Canada interest rate decision is coming.
Yeah.
And we've got those new mortgage rules coming into effect in December.
Big changes.
Big changes, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, those could either, add fuel to the market or tap the brakes. So it's definitely something that people are going to be watching really closely.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, even with all this uncertainty, open houses are still really busy.
Oh, really?
Which I think speaks to the fact that there's still a lot of interest in the Ottawa market.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so to sum everything up,
Okay.
we have this really unique situation in the Ottawa housing market right now.
Mm.
Sales are cooling off a bit month over month, but they're still way up from last year.
Yeah.
Prices overall are increasing, but we're seeing that condo prices are actually dropping.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit unusual.
It is, yeah.
And then we've got this kind of inventory puzzle
Yeah.
where even though there are more listings overall, fewer new listings are coming onto the market.
It's a really interesting time.
It is. What do you think this means for buyers and sellers?
Well, I think, for buyers, especially those looking at apartments or condos, there may be some good opportunities out there to get a deal. But for sellers, they need to really consider these upcoming changes with interest rates and mortgage rules and how that might affect their strategy.
So really just got to stay informed.
You got to stay informed. You got to be in the know.
Well, thank you for helping us to stay informed today.
You're welcome.
And thank you everyone at home for joining us for this deep dive. As we sign off today, we would love for you to think about this question.
Oh, good one.
If you were giving advice to a friend about buying or selling in the Ottawa market right now, what would you tell them?